Give us your hand.
Travel here from Dallas.
One hand back there.
Where are you from? How about from the country?
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, Canada. Let's hear for Canada.
Okay, now this is going to be telling. Who graduated from Woodring after 2000? Give a cheer. Raise your hand.
Graduate after
How about during the 1990s? How about the 1980s? 1970s? Before the 1960s? Okay, before we introduce our illustrious president of this university, I just wanted to identify the theme this year for Woodring here at Bellingham. Our theme is revisiting the past and imagining the future. And our EV is going to talk a little bit about that in just a little bit. But now it's my pleasure to introduce our university president, Bruce Shepherd. Is Bruce in the house? I have been at Western Washington University almost a year now, and in that time, Bruce has proven to be both a dynamic and visionary leader, having done remarkable things for WWU, our community and region. He wholeheartedly understands the need for and results from true community partnerships and creates an environment as such. His passion and fortitude are unyielding, and we are very proud to have such a leader in WWU. Shepherd's top priority remains protecting the core excellence that has established Western as a premier destination university. A native of California, Shepherd is an avid sailor, home coffee roaster, which I had a chance to have some of that great coffee, and a woodworker married to Cindy, who serves as director of Western's campus mentoring program. Please help me in welcoming Bruce Shepherd.
Thank you so much for your kind introduction. Cindy and I want to warmly welcome you to this pep rally. Excited to be here with you. You know, this is back to Bellingham, and coming over as I was walking, we're looking at the skies, and I began to think, you know, it was warm, nothing but blue skies out there, clear and beautiful. We're back to somewhere, but I'm not sure it would have been back to Bellingham. We had a little range that could feel at home in Bellingham, but the Bellingham skies over there. It's nice that it stays warm. We're really pleased to be here with you. This is the third year back to Bellingham. Each year it gets bigger and bigger. I thank all those responsible. It really is an event for alumni, for students, for prospective students, parents, community members, and yes, even puppy dogs. We need to have that. Very proud to have the centerpiece of this year's celebration, Woodring College of Education. As you know, our roots go deep in teacher preparation. Woodring, we started as a school designated to prepare teachers. It's a tradition we proudly carry forward today. What I'm really proud of for Woodring is, just as a university has advanced in so many other fields, small programs, everything from advanced materials design to the neurosciences, Woodring has stayed at the absolute cutting edge too. We all know the crucial importance of preparing people in K-12 schools to succeed in an increasingly diverse, increasingly demanding world out there, unenriched in all ways, all sorts of different ways. Woodring is on that cutting edge. I don't make this up. Wherever I go, I get to travel the state a lot. I talk to superintendents. I don't think everyone's going to Woodring College of Education. Thank you so much, alumni of Woodring. And of course, Woodring, through its preparation teachers, but also in nursing, human services, lives our motto, which is active minds changing lives. It's not higher education, it's put to higher purposes. It's represented by the fact that Woodring programs are in the lead for the third year in a row. The only university in the state of Washington, big, small, public, private, for 3 years has been on the envelope of community service and White House scholarships. That's what is at the heart of Western students and the heart of Western Washington University. So thank you all for being here. Let's continue with the pep rally.
Now it's my honor to introduce Dean Francisco Rios. Francisco, you've been with us for like 2 years. So Dr. Rios came to us 2 years ago from the University of Wyoming. And prior to that, he was faculty at California State University, San Marcos. He is an accomplished scholar in social justice and diversity education. Would you please join me in welcoming Dr. Francisco Rios?
Welcome to your alumni meeting. This really is about you. This morning we were hosting coffee and donuts with faculty and staff, and also all of our volunteers. We have a variety of alumni came through. It was really great to meet some of those alumni and thinking about visiting in the past. And a number of people who were Golden Vikings and some Golden Vikings who are here today, as well as our campus schools. They reminded us about the legacy of the Woodring College of Education. But I also had a chance to meet some students who aren't even here yet, who've been admitted into the program, who are planning on coming here. And when we think about imagining the future, I imagine their faces and their excitement, their joy and energy about coming into the College of Education. This is really a tremendous opportunity to bring all of our programs together here all at once. The energy, the enthusiasm, the excitement, the engagement are all really evident here, and we're really, really glad that you're here. When we were thinking about this part of the program, we were thinking about what might we name this pep rally. We began thinking that we have so many different programs, we have so many different centers, research centers, we have so many different people who come through in a variety of ways to the college. And it was actually our associate dean Dave who said, it's not about a program or a center or an academic initiative, it's about a spirit. And we talked about the spirit of Woodring. And I began thinking about that. Well, what is that spirit? What is the spirit of Woodring? And I think about it in terms of the service ethic. Our students just in human services alone provide over 30,000 hours of service every year to over 150 community-based organizations. Isn't that fabulous? To me, that spirit is embodied in our attempt to address pressing social challenges. Whether it's working to help work with homeless youth, or addressing any of the isms that continue to plague our society, or broadening the opportunity for students who traditionally been underserved, or increasing numbers of nurses who have the bachelor's degree, we're about addressing pressing social problems. We're about inquiry and research. We recognize the importance of asking difficult questions, but collecting data, and then using that data and analyzing it, and trying to make sense of it as we get to some recommendations that might address those issues. And that, by the way, is inquiry and research that's done not only by our faculty, but by our amazing students. It's about innovation. It's about recruitment and retention. It's about working to bring in the brightest and the best of our high school and community college folks, getting them here, keeping them here, making sure that they get their degree, and then move on and make a contribution and difference in their community. It's about innovation. It's about learning about new technologies where you can use iPads. Some of you may have been in a session this morning who saw the pictures of the 50 iPads and 50 apps for an iPad in 50 minutes. Or the Urshik Center for Assistive Technology. Some of you may have come in there where you saw how you can use technology to to assure all students have an opportunity to learn. And it might be about the theory to practice connections that we make. Taking what we learn, taking what we know, and using it to make a difference, whether it's through our Compass to Campus program or having faculty model best practices with teachers in local community schools. All of these come together in just one example. And that example for me is the middle school youth and family outreach. This is a program where students from our university serve as mentors. They work with middle school youth who are turned off from schooling at the middle school level. They get middle school students to learn about their own community needs by way of research. They prepare new students to pursue teaching. They innovated in literacy connections where they actually take the literacy program into the community, into the household tracts where those students come from, and teach them literacy. It's in the local, it's making a difference at a very specific location in a very specific community. Now I'm going to say these again because they're important. This time as I say what it is that the spirit of Woodring, I want you to listen to the first letter of each word. It's about, ready? Service effort, pressing social challenges, inquiry and research, recruiting and retaining, innovation, theory and practice. All right? Ready?
Spirit.
So service lesson starts with the letter.
Spirit.
Pressing social challenges. Inquiry and research. Recruiting and retaining. Innovation. Theory to practice connection. What is that about? What is that about? What is that about? Thank you very much. I really want to thank you because really it is the SDIRT and you know that really exemplifies what the Woodring College of Education is all about. Thank you very much.
Right now, we wanted to provide a small glimpse of some of our current students' lives. We have invited 3 of our students to share today, one of which is Jose Garcia, who was one of 2 winners of our Extraordinary Stories of WWU in our Schools Community Today video project. And he's here to share a little bit from his video. Jose, where are you?
Who's Jose?
Jose Garcia! You want to take a few words, Jose, before we put on that award-winning video of you?
Hi everyone, I just want to say thank you. I appreciate everything you've got here at Western in my time here. It's coming to a close. I'll be graduating in December, so hopefully I'll be getting jobs after that. I mean, I'd like to also just say thank you to my family, Carrie, to my 2 sons, and Grayson and Brenda. I couldn't do for being here without them. Thank you. After traveling back and forth from Texas to Washington State in the late 70s, my family decided to move to Washington State in 1980 after the year that I was born. Once in Washington State, my family chose to settle in the Skagit Valley because of the annual Tulip Festival and harvest. As a child who was born to a single mother, I often spent my childhood in the field because my mother had dropped out of school to help support our family. As years passed, my family settled into Mount Vernon. This is where I attended school. My early elementary school years were difficult because my family migrated from place to place for work. I attended 4 elementary schools during my kindergarten and 3rd grade years. After those first few years of school, my mom married and my family continued to grow. By the time I was in high school, my family had grown to 7. Being from a Hispanic family with no college graduates, I was never expected to go to college. This is because graduating high school was an accomplishment that few in my family had ever achieved. Therefore, I graduated high school and began working jobs to help support myself. After 7 years of working various jobs that involved working with the public, I decided I needed a career that would allow me to support a family. So I enrolled at Skagit Valley Community College. During my first quarter at Skagit Valley, I decided to chase my dream of becoming an elementary school decided on this career because I have always loved my 5th and 6th grade experiences. The influence that these teachers had on me and my education is something that I've never forgotten. This has inspired me to enroll at Western and Woodring College of Education. Becoming an elementary school teacher will provide me with a career, and hopefully I can become a positive influence on my future students, similar to the one that my 5th and 6th grade teachers have had on me. Attending Western University and Woodring is something that I will never dream of as a child. Now that I am in my year-long internship, I feel like my decision to chase my dream was the correct choice, because I believe that I will be able to help students who come from underrepresented minority groups realize that an education is an important aspect of life by discussing with students that higher education is attainable regardless of one's background. This belief is rooted in Woodring's mission to prepare future educators with pedagogy that focuses on social justice and educational equity. These ideals have instilled in me the passion to create a classroom environment where all students can feel safe and confident in their ability to learn and gain the necessary skills to succeed, regardless of their social or cultural background.
Just thank you. Like I said, I can't say enough about how well this college has treated me. I mean, like I said, I wouldn't imagine 10 years, 15 years ago that I'd actually have a bachelor's degree or working towards one. Because, like I mentioned in my video, I'm a first generation college student, so college was basically something that wasn't real to me, or just, no one ever talked to me about it. So that's one of the reasons I decided after the fact to come back, because I needed something. Career teaching is one of the things that, is one of the things that I'm blessed to be doing. So, thank you.
Well, it's my great pleasure to introduce the second winner of the Extraordinary Stories Contest. And I have a little bit of personal interest here. Yadira Sanas is a CCE student, continuing college education student, and I am so deeply honored and moved to introduce you. Yadira, you're in the continuing college education master's in business program, and your work has been so exemplary. And when I read your essay, it just brought tears to my eyes. It's beautiful. So would you like to say something?
Year to go, and I'm very excited to graduate in spring 2014. I guess I should read you my essay. So a little bit about myself. I'm from Mexico. I was born in Mexicali, Baja California, and that's about 5 minutes from the border town of the United States and Mexico. So my parents were always agricultural workers, and they never finished elementary school. So my father said, well, let's take them to the United States. They'll have more educational opportunities. So at 9 years old, I migrated to Washington, and my father instilled in me motivation to continue my education. And coming to the United States meant change and an opportunity to live again. And I read a little bit of my essay, and this is how it goes. In my undergraduate program, I always had a difficult time trying to fit in because I was the only Hispanic student. So being English my second language, I always was scared to speak out loud or ask any questions because I thought that my questions would sound stupid or wouldn't make sense. When I began the CCE program, all of my doubts disappeared. In the first orientation, I found the support that I had always wanted to be part of. Any doubts or uncertainties I had regarding being able to pursue a master's in education went away, and I suddenly bloomed into the student that I had always pictured myself to be. Knowing from the Woodring faculty that I was a good student gave me the confidence to ask questions and stand up for what I believed. It didn't even take 1 quarter to start applying the skills that I was learning in my classes. And in my first class, IT 546, I began to think of the ways I could help the growing Hispanic population, which are often underrepresented in my community. The course gave me the confidence to develop a website for my class that was directed towards Hispanic first generation undocumented scholarships. The website would be a guide for the students to navigate the college system and how to apply for scholarships and how to find resources. In the short time I have been in the CCE program, I have experienced what in 5 years of school I didn't. I have found what I'm passionate about and what I want to work for. I have learned to embrace my culture, to be comfortable expressing myself, and to demonstrate how my culture and language make me the person that I am today. I have found that others in the CCE employee program appreciate my sincerity, where I come from, and whom I represent in my community. As a Hispanic woman, having an education is priceless, and I now feel the opportunities that rise when one works hard and believes. Although my father had no education, he knew that education would change the direction of the children's life. The CCE program has implied a great change in my life and has perpetuated in me the need to initiate change, promote equality, and represent the voices of undocumented, first generation, and underrepresented students in my community. Thank you.
Latino students and represented minorities coming into college. So we applaud your work. Thank you. Now I'd like to give you a little glimpse of what's happening in Woodring. We've got two special guests to invite. I'd like to introduce Samantha from Medora and Dennis Hanson to the stage, please. So Samantha is endorsed in elementary education, literacy, ESL, and TESOL. She is in her first quarter of student teaching at Sunnyland Elementary, and I hear that you really like it. Okay, and she has to graduate next winter. Dennis Madsen is former president and CEO of Recreational Equipment International, REI, down the street, yes, and he was appointed by Governor Locke to serve on Western's Board of Trustees, where she continues to do so. So welcome.
And so as you can see, we're going to do this interview style. And Dennis, I'm going to hand you my mic, and then you can Samantha can share, and then understand your language. All right. Well, I have a question. I'm going to start with Samantha. And so Samantha, why don't you start by sharing a little bit about yourself, tell us where you're from, and your major, and when you plan to graduate, and what your plans are after graduation. Okay. A lot, right?
So, about 12 years ago, my family and I immigrated from the Philippines to Blaine, Washington. I attended Blaine School District throughout grade 4 and graduated from Blaine and landed here at Western Washington University. And coming from a third world country where I saw the lack of education and poverty, coming here to the States meant the world to me and my family. When we came here, we were given a huge opportunity for a new life and something to really establish a new life for my family and my parents. And I was lucky enough through Mr. Madison, I was able to attend Western Washington University and come to Western to pursue my passion in teaching. Like Stan said, I plan on graduating this March. I will graduate this March. alien in this country, and I had my struggles in grade school, and coming here to Western, it gave me home. I was accepted, my passion was nourished here, and I knew from the moment I stepped into a school here in America, I was like, wow, we have our own books, our own desks, and we can go home and ride the bus and not walk home. Those are little things that many students here in our public education take for granted, but that's something I saw was a gift. And so having that experience and coming here to Western, I have had amazing relationships with my classmates, my professors, my counselors, my advisors, and they have just really nourished me academically as well as my personal growth. And I am so proud to say, to call this my home, because I can literally go to any teachers and faculty and classmates I've had here in the program, and just, without them, I would not have this passion and this success to where I will be this coming year. And so it means a lot to be part of this amazing institution. And I've had so many personal support from all my teachers, Mr. Madsen, Dean Rios, from the scholarship coordinator, Carol, and just everyone here. It's really, truly a blessing and an honor to be part of this school.
Okay, so Samantha, I've got another question for you. So what is it about your experience here in Woodring or in Western that has helped you to be successful?
To continue to what I just talked about, my faculties, I mean, the success I've had here so far at Western would not be if it wasn't the support I had from my teachers and administration and the school itself. The teachers here are really amazing. They really nurture and cater to the students, and they really supported me. And with that, that's something I take to heart and really value. And not only as a personal growth, it will be something I will definitely take on to my future students and my future classroom. Because I know the positive impact that my teachers and my counselors and the friends I've made here has meant to me and what it's shaped me to who I am. And oh my goodness, I cannot wait to pass that kind of love and passion to my future students, because it's because of that I'm so psyched to be sitting here in front of you and to share my story. And I don't know if you can tell how passionate I am. And not at all, but I'm really, really excited. You all just mean so much to me. And of course, my parents are here after that. Seeing two worlds coming to one is really amazing right now.
So Dennis, I have a question for you. How did you get involved with Western Washington University?
Samantha, you're a tough act to follow. I didn't graduate from Western Washington University, although my sister and my daughter did. And I think if you ask, well, why am I here? How did I get here? Samantha, you're why I'm here. You epitomized what everyone in this room knows in the life they live. Everyone who's associated with Woodring, I want to thank you for giving to this state one of the highest need activities that there is. That's teaching. There's two things that are going to propel this community, this state, and our nation to success. It's family and it's teaching. You take those two building blocks and anything is possible. That's why I'm here, I'm involved in doing what I can to help you all impact and make a difference. We've got a saying today that was created a couple of years ago: active minds, changing lives. Now that's a recent articulation of a basic value that this institution has had for over 100 years, I believe, and I've seen it back in the 60s They are making a difference. And if there isn't a higher purpose in life than making a difference for somebody else, be it your family or your involvement in some way in teaching. Now, some of you will go on who are current students to be teachers in a public school setting. Some of you will go on and do different things that aren't directly teaching, but at the end of the day, you're always sharing and teaching something. And I'm so delighted to be a part of this institution. It is a quality institution in the state. We're so lucky to have Woodring College of Education.
As WWU trustees, do you have one takeaway message you would like to share with everyone here today?
One message. That's a tough one. Let me go back to a quote I used at a graduation or commencement seminar, commencement speech here a couple of 3 years ago. This quote comes from Woody Allen, filmmaker. He said, "The world is comprised of three types of individuals. Those that make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what happened." Now, through my observation, there's no doubt where Western as an organization and everyone involved with Western is at. They're making things happen. Go out, make a difference in the world. I've had the opportunity to travel across this country for 32 days on a motorcycle here quite recently, and I saw every community and state nearly in this country. Amazingly diverse. There's a lot of issues out there, a lot of problems we all hear about day in and day out. But there's the hope that we have here and the difference we can make as Woodring graduates, soon-to-be graduates, will overcome any of those problems in the coming generation. So go out, make a difference. The world needs you.
Thank you. And he's going to talk a little bit more about the future of Woodring.
I'll make this brief. One of the things that we talk about in the College of Education is what keeps us going. And we talk about it in terms of pockets of hope. And those pockets of hope are the students that we see here. A couple of weeks ago, 150 students coming to learn about diversity in education, or the 250 students who come with the Building Bridges program, or the 900 fifth grade students who come from Compass to Campus. That's one of our pockets of hope. Our amazing students, Adira and Jose and Samantha, just represent just one very small part of a tremendous number of absolutely outstanding students. It's a tremendous faculty who works hard to make a difference every day, and our staff. It's supporters like David and Dennis and John and Sue Sharp and Leslie Lowy and the whole Dennis Batson families. They're a pocket of hope for us. But you also are a pocket of hope for us. Our alumni are a pocket of hope when they engage in amazing activities they do, whether there's work in a community-based organization or making a difference in the lives of young people every day in the work that they're engaged in. They're a pocket of hope when they encourage young persons to think about going to college, and maybe even to think about going to law school, and maybe even thinking about becoming a teacher. That's another way in which you exemplify being a pocket of hope. It's the people who volunteer on behalf of the college, the alumni who give back to us. Last night, our campus school, former alumni, dedicated a stained glass window to the College of Education that will be hanging, and that all of our students will be able to see. They did this completely on their own, all volunteer time. And that's a pocket of hope. And you become a pocket of hope when you answer that phone call from the annual fund, and instead of just letting it ring and hoping to go videos, the way in which you actually answer the phone, and hear about ways in which you might be able to support the College of Education. You are a collective folk. You are the spirit of Woodring. Thank you very much.
I want to let you know that Angelique England is right in the back there, and she is from the Opportunity Council. And I don't know, Angelique, you want to come up and just say a couple of words to us? Okay. Here she comes.
We also work very closely with human services students. You see a former human services intern in the back, so they help us provide services to low-income families in our community. And one of the things that all of you know as educators is that the cost of attending public schools is increasing with the number of supplies that students have to succeed in the classroom. And we know that a lot of teachers are helping supplement school budgets by purchasing supplies with money out of their own pocket. So what we do every year, we've done it for 20 years, is we have a school supply drive. And so Woodring has been so kind to partner with us this year to kickstart our school supply drive by collecting donations at Bellingham. So I'll be in the back. We are collecting donations of supplies and also financial contributions to pay for school supplies and also all the extracurricular fees that come with attending school. So thank you very much for having us. And if you have any questions about Opportunity Council, come to me in the back. Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right, now without further ado, we have a video that's going to start. Before then,
Okay.
Stan is going to get us going.
All right, so this is the part of the event that I was running. I was asked to lead a cheer for Woodring. I actually didn't know that we had a cheer. It's actually a very, very new tradition. So this is a world premiere. So we are going to spell out the letters to Woodring for College of Education. And I'm going to call up the Dean's Suite of dancers. So, yeah, okay, so I need some help here.
Thank you very much.
Because this is participation, it's full body participation. All right, so we're going to practice spelling out the letters of Woodring. Okay, gotta make sure you spell this right here. Okay. All right, so we're going to spell this out. So help us. W, R, I, N, G. Pretty easy, right? Okay. Now let's do this. We're going to do this in rhythm. So every other letter. W, O, D, R, I, N, G. W, O, D, R, I, N, G. Okay, so you notice a little pause in there. W, O, pause, D. R, I, pause, N, G. So we're going to get a little funky here, but I know you can do this. I know you can handle this. We're educators, right? Okay. Now there is a further catch here. We are not only spelling this out, there's a little dance focus. Okay. All right, so put your left foot forward, and weight on both legs. So that's the position. So W, and then forward, part, you can dance however you want. It doesn't matter, dance any way you want. But when we get to spelling out the words, the word Woodring, we're going to do our dance. Okay?